This is the Rolex GMT Master 2, reference 126710 BLRO, famously known as the Pepsi. I've owned this watch for over a year now, and within that time, it's seen some interesting interactions. I'll be going over what I've come to like and dislike about the watch and share my experience with the timepiece thus far. The best thing about this watch is also the worst thing about it, and that's the bezel. There's no doubt that this blue and red combination is a winner. It wouldn't have garnered such popularity in the first place, and it embodies so much heritage and history in the GMT Master 2 line. However, it's this same popularity that makes the watch difficult to obtain and gives it a negative connotation for many people. The blue and red give the watch a nice pop of colour and does so without being over the top, maintaining a classic and balanced look when combined with its black dial. The bezel is the point of interest here, and having that black dial contrast the colourful bezel allows the bezel to take centre stage, in itself highlighting its function, which is very fitting for a GMT watch. This bezel combination also makes it instantly recognisable, given how iconic it's become over the course of the GMT Master 2 lineage.
Introducing the all-new SoFi Plus, America's most rewarding financial membership, all in one app. Unlock $1,000 plus in value across banking, borrowing, investing, and more to get to your ambitions faster. Here's how SoFi Plus adds up. You get our highest APY on savings, plus a 10% boost on credit card cashback rewards, plus a 1% match on recurring SoFi Invest deposits paid in rewards points, plus unlimited access to financial planners, plus exclusive access to live music and sporting events, plus so much more. Subscribe for just $10 a month or sign up with direct deposit at no cost and reach your ambitions with the power of Plus. And now you can win one of America's top ambitions. Enter the Power of Plus sweepstakes today. SoFi, get your money right.
Heart health is really important here at City Furniture because we all know someone affected. I lost my uncle and City's founder, Kevin Koenig, way too young, and his story is what drives me. Together with your help, we've raised over $2 million for the American Heart Association since 2017. Funds that save lives right here in our community. And now I'm inviting all of you to join City in showing some heart.
It retains the DNA of its predecessors and applies it to modern materials for a refreshing appearance. And while I think it looks fantastic, the ceramic insert and lacquered dial do give the watch a very glossy look, so that is something to consider as it does increase the flashiness of the watch and attracts attention, which this watch definitely does. Of all the watches I own, this one receives the most comments from people when I wear it. The bezel, especially the red part, is the main eye catcher, and as cliche as it sounds, there have been numerous times where it's been the conversation starter, usually along the lines of, "That's a nice watch. How much was it? How did you get it?" Then into the more interesting topics of what's in your collection or what will be your next watch. The BLRO is a great tool to have to start a conversation, especially when I'm the one being approached in a place where I'm unsure if others around me are watch people. But I feel as though the discussions surrounding the watch are never really about the watch itself, more so about its monetary value. This bezel has, in a way, become tainted. It's no longer an heirloom of the past, but a reminder of Rolex's present-day predicament, and one that's hard to look past. Regardless, this watch has presented me with many opportunities, and I've met and talked to a bunch of great people because of it. If we disregard the whole Rolex situation and just take the watch as it is, it's an awesome timepiece. Rolex gets a lot of hate, but there's no denying that they make good black dial. The bezel is the point of interest here, and having that black dial contrast the colorful bezel.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to talk about a subject that you guys have been asking me for the last couple of days, and it's regarding hype watches. How do watches get to the prices that they get to? And I'm going to explain to you today how this happens. All right, guys? I'm going to explain to you the way it begins. The way prices begin to get hyped up. They start at the Rolex SA factory. I repeat, at the Rolex. We're talking about this watch right here. We're talking about this watch in particular. This watch, how has it got so hyped up in the last 30, 45 days? And I'm going to talk to you about that. This watch starts in the Rolex SA factory. It's assembled there first. They assemble it over there, with their parts. After it's assembled, it gets a guarantee card with a reference number and all that good stuff, all that hoopla, they put on that watch. After that's done, the Rolex SA factory has to put this, who's going to get this watch? What AD is going to get this watch? Somewhere in the States, somewhere in the Caribbean, somewhere in Europe, somewhere in Asia, I don't know, somewhere, the wishy-washy stuff, so they put them in like in a lotto, a little lotto basket, and they just pick and they say, hey, Sweet Kikino is going to get this watch. To get this Rolex Pepsi watch, probably an AD, if he's lucky enough, he gets 4 pieces, 3 pieces a year, right? So that's where the watch begins to get hyped, in the Rolex SA factory. So now the Rolex SA factory sends that watch to the lucky AD winner that's going to get that watch, because automatically he's going to make money on that Rolex stainless steel blue and red ceramic bezel watch. He's going to make money right away. When the AD buys the watch from the Rolex SA factory, he gets a 40% off that watch. The retail price of the watch is $10,800. So this flim flammer AD, he pays for the watch, more or less $6,480, right? He pays for that watch. Now the AD has that watch and he knows he's going to sell it like this, from one hand to the other. He just needs to pick up the phone and find the perfect, Muppet Boiler Room secondary grade watch market dealer. He can flip this watch and get greased up, and get greased up. So, all these ADs in the Caribbean, most of these watches, a lot of them, they come from the Caribbean, They come from the Caribbean. But in this case, we're going to talk about the States. We'll leave it in the States. So the lucky AD, he looks for one of his favorite Muppet Boiler Room secondary grade watch market dealer that, he buys all his, Rolex dogs with fleece watches that nobody wants, those 31 millimeter, 36 millimeter, all these date just wishy-washy watches. So, he has a good rapport with that Muppet Boiler Room grade watch market dealer, and he gives him a call, and Muppet Boiler Room dealer gets happy because he knows he's going to make money right away. So now he goes to see the AD. You want to know how the watch gets hyped? I'm explaining to you how these prices get to the numbers they get to. So he goes over there and he goes to see the AD. He goes, most of the time, you're dealing directly with the owner of the AD. You understand me? Most of the time, you're dealing directly with the AD owner. So in this case, he's going to go see the AD owner. He has this watch for him. A little box, fully stickered with all the bells and whistles. And he's going to sell this watch to the Muppet Boiler Room Gray Watch Market dealer for the $10,800 plus your Uncle Sam's taxes. And then in the back door, to get that watch right there, to get that watch that all of you want, through the back door, he's gonna grease up this AD owner with $3,000, with 30 Franklins, 30 brand new Franklins. So he pays the AD, the 3 Gs. The AD is happy because he double dipped. He double dipped with this watch. He made money with the Rolex SA factory, and he made money with his Muppet Boiler Room secondary gray watch market, dealer. You greased him up with 3 Gs. This guy runs back. This is an example. There's a big watch show going on in Las Vegas, in Las Vegas. So he goes back to the watch show. And right before he enters the lobby of this watch show, people already know, they smell that this man has this watch. And everybody is fighting over this watch. So this man, he bought the watch for $10,800 plus your taxes, plus the grease up money. It's like, well, I don't know, $13,800, right? Let's say $14,000, $14,000. He gets to the show, and they're fighting over this watch. All of them, they're all fighting. This is how the watch is going to get hyped up. This is the beginning of the way the watch is going to get hyped up. And he sells the watch to another dealer from one hand to the other. And he sells it to that person now for, I said 14,000. He sells the watch to that person in the Vegas show for $16,500. So now this Muppet Boiler Room secondary gray watch market dealer, they had a contact with his AD. He just made $2,500. Now the watch is where now? Is at a price of $16,500. We're talking about this AD gave the watch to this Muppet Boiler Room secondary gray watch market dealer fully stickered, with all the bells and whistles. Listen, what they're not going to tell you, I'm going to tell you because I like to, because I'm stupid like that. They're never going to tell you this, but this is the way the watch gets hyped up. This is for you guys can have all this information, and when you're talking to these flim-flammers out there, these cockroaches, you know how to talk to them. You know what I'm saying? You know how to talk to them. They will respect you if you talk to them that way. You understand the game. Once they know that you understand the game, ellos bajan, papi. Ellos bajan de velocidad. They downshift. They downshift with you. So then, what they do is, they had a big rumble in the watch show, the Vegas show, because they wanted that watch from you. So you flip it right there. You make $2,500. The watch is fully stickered. Now that gentleman that bought it for $16,500, he's going to make $1,000 in 30 seconds. He's going to pay off his table. The table for the show. Those tables cost, $1,700, $1,500, a table in the show. He's going to pay it right away. And he's going to sell it to Mac. Mac is the other guy in the corner. And he sells them the watch for $17,500. This is the same day in the show. We're talking about a full set watch, fully stickered, with all the bubble gum wrap, all the bubble gum wrap. Unbelievable. So that guy already sold it. He makes $1,000. He pays his table. And now we have a couple of backpackers, young kids, all these kids, they want to make $500, $400. So now this guy sells it to this young kid for $18,000, He made $500 quickly, one hand to the other. The watch is already at $18,000. You're asking, how do these watches get to the prices they get to? I'm explaining to you. This is the way it's done. You have already people, sharpening their teeth like let's say right now, they're sharpening their teeth right now. They're saying already that this watch is gonna get discontinued. You know, I made a video a couple of days ago, and people were freaking out with the pictures that I put up. And I told you that right behind me, the rest will come. You know, a stampede will come right behind me. So you have, you have the feet happy. You have I don't know. You have deputy boxing black eyes. You know, they're all doing their videos. You have the other young kid from over there from the United Kingdom. I call him Brad Pitt. He's already talking about it. So, that they were saying that, I was wishy-washy, but they're all showing the same thing that I was showing, right? Okay. But the one that's saying now that that watch will discontinue, I mean, he's promoting it like it's, the last thing in the world, is that gentleman with the two brothers, at the night at the Roxbury. One is tall, one is shorter, one is smarter, one is dumber. And they're saying that they're going to discontinue the Pepsi, the Rolex stainless steel GMT 40 millimeter Master 2 Pepsi. It's going to get discontinued. They're saying it because they're making room now they're saying that they're sure that the Rolex GMT Coke is coming, La Coca-Cola, the Coca-Cola, the desert, But that's them. Remember, these people are unbelievable. These people are the brains. These are the people that know it all. Me and Sweet Kid Kino, we don't know much, but we tried. We tried. We beat them to the drawing board. Who was going to show the pictures at first, and it was us. And they were upset. They were mad because we beat them to the punchline. How dare you beat us to the punchline, right? But we beat them. So the watch already is at $18,000. They didn't like it, Wicked. They didn't like it, Wicked. Yeah, that's fine with us. That's fine. They didn't like it, So this gentleman sells it to the flipper now, and he makes $500. And they're all going bananas, back and forth with the watch, back and forth. And this is a brand new, fully sticker watch. And the flipper now sells it to another flipper, another Corona backpack flipper, right? The Corona era. And the watch now is at $18,500, $19,000, $20,000. And you're asking me, how does the watch reach the numbers it reaches? It reaches those numbers because they hype it up amongst each other. They buy the watches amongst each other. This is how they get the magic number that you guys scratch your heads. How do they get that number? Well, now you know how they get that number. Now you know how they get that number. And it's all day. It's all day happening. This is how they do it all day to build up the number they want, right? But I'm going to give you the most important thing. These Muppet Boiler Room, thank you very much, Wicked. Thank you so much. Thank you very much, Wicked. These Muppet Boiler Room secondary gray watch market dealers are going to tell you that the watch is going to discontinue, but in regards, they don't want that watch to get discontinued because they want to keep on fleecing you and flim-flamming you. The watch is hot while it's being talked about being discontinued. It's while it's being talked about discontinued, the watch is hot. The more they talk about the watch being discontinued, like I'm telling you, like they talk about collector's grade, collector's dream, collector's choice. This is how it is, ladies and gentlemen. They don't want to use no more the word discontinue because they know that me and Sweet Kid Kino, we talk about the watch being discontinued. So now they have changed the name from discontinued to collector's choice, collector's grade, and collector's dream. Dream, durmiendo la paz, sleeping in hay. And that's unbelievable, but that's how it is, ladies and gentlemen. These people are like that, Eso es así. And you guys are just hopping around through life like a rabbit, You just hopping around through life like a rabbit, and just giving away your money, because, You know, that's how you guys are. Unbelievable, but true. That sounds unbelievable, Mr. Donut, but it is true. That's how it is. So they are talking discontinue and they're loving it because, like this gentleman, Mr. Feet Happy, was saying, man, like 5 customers call me already asking me, hey, if you have a Rolex, stainless steel, GMT Master 2 Pepsi with a Jubilee bracelet, because I'm going to go into this now, with a Jubilee, remember the word, Jubilee bracelet, I want it. This gentleman is calling, he's not asking about no prices, no negotiations. He just wants it, right? The Jubilee. Another thing, they also have that watch, that Pepsi, in 2 bracelets. They have it in a Jubilee bracelet and they have it in an Oyster bracelet. So you understand this. The champion here, the champion is the Jubilee bracelet. That's where the big money is left on the bone. You know, the big money is left on the bone on the Jubilee bracelet. The Oyster bracelet is not a dog with fleas, but it's a dog. You know, it's a dog. It doesn't have the Jubilee bracelet. I mean, I understand that maybe you guys don't understand that, and that's fine because this is my lingo and this is me and Sweet Kick. You know, we talk about this, lottie. You know what I'm trying to say, right? You guys ain't dumb. You guys are very, very smart. You know, we have a smart crowd here, ladies and gentlemen. So they're talking about the watch being discontinued, and you're going crazy, and you're skip hopping around like a little rabbit because, you know, they're talking about discontinue and collector's choice, collector's dream, collector's grade. But they don't want the Muppet Boiler Room secondary grade watch market dealers don't want that watch to discontinue because every year they're going to be able to keep on pushing that watch on you and getting into your pockets, you know, getting into your bank accounts, getting into your 401k, you know, you understand me? Getting into your children's tuition money. So they're just saying it to you, yeah. You might think they look like they're happy because the watch is going to get discontinued, but in reality, they're not. I'm telling you, you're going to become watch dealers. You're going to become watch. You're going to say, this mother frogger Juan Felipe Nieves, damn, and Sweet Kid Kino, you know, I have learned all this from the silent man, you know, from the brains behind this channel. I've learned all this. I don't know nothing. I've learned all this from Sweet Kid Kino. I don't know nothing. I don't nothing, you know. I mean, this is the truth. The one that knows everything here is Sweet Kid Kino. And you guys are going to say, I'm telling you, man, this mother frogger has told us how it's done. And that's how it's done, ladies and gentlemen. And they don't want that watch to get discontinued. They want it to keep on going there so they can keep on milking you. You know, como la vaca, moo, moo, you know, just your last drop, you know, ahí, with this thumb, ahí, you understand me? Ahí, duro, you understand me? They're never going to tell you this, but I will. Maybe, who knows? I might get silenced today, you know, by the Johnny Brasco, you know, clan, you know. Listen to me, Zuzu, and listen to me, Ty, and listen to me, Kevin. You're welcome to come back. We know who you are. You know, we know who Zuzu is. Zuzu has been a regular in this channel for years. How's that, folks? If he thought he was fooling me, Sweet Kid Kino was fooling him. That's right. He was fooling him and the rest of the little gang. You understand me? To the rest of the little gang. One more time. Zuzu, come by, Papi. Come by and see us. Come by, Papi. Drop a couple of coins here. You know? Anyway, going back. Zuzu, no, I know too much. We milked him first. We know what he was up to. But anyway, going back to the discontinued watch, they want to keep on milking you to the last drop. They want you to drop your children's tuition money on that watch. And they don't have no mercy on you. They don't care. I already told you how much the watch costs in retail. And I already told you how the watch gets hyped up to the number of $19,000, right? But I'm going to explain to you now what happens when the watch gets discontinued. To all you dodo birds out there, it's unbelievable. This is the good part now. Once the watch, they say, oh my God, I told you, Billy. I told you, Billy Bob. I told you, you cow tipper. I told you, this one, that one, that it was gonna get discontinued. And regards, they're like sad because the watch got discontinued. And what's gonna happen is it's gonna be hyped up for a few weeks and a few months. And after that excitement, la furia, it dies out. It flatlines. That watch that you spend it $22,000, $23,000. In a watch show here in Miami, Florida, a gentleman had that watch for $27,000. Right? $27,000. So we're gonna work with that number, $27,000. That's right, cow tipper. Unbelievable. So $27,000. So the watch gets discontinued. You paid $27,000. Suddenly, you start seeing that watch, suddenly, it goes from 27 to 23. Let's say this is going to be now, in April. And watches in whatever you call it, watches in something, over there. Unbelievable, in Geneva, somewhere down there. And you start seeing that the watch went from 27 to 23 to 22, after April. And you say, man, I bought this watch for $27,000 and it's dropping. And ladies and gentlemen, before you know it, that watch that you paid 27, we're using 27 so you can understand me. It's more economic than that, but I'm just using 27 so you can have an idea. I don't want to say 22, but I'm going to say 27. For that dodo bird, that rabbit that was skipping around through life, hopping around through life, just giving away $27,000, to feet happy. You know what I'm saying? You guys are smart. And before you know it, that watch is going to end up just exactly how Mr. Wicked just finished putting up there. It's going to end up in $16,000. Wicked, I want to use your number because you're brave. You put it up there. But it's going to end up even lower than that. And that's what happens with these watches that they're talking to you and they're really, really hoping that they don't discontinue. They're hoping. It's the opposite. It's the opposite. And you guys think, man, these guys are really hoping for this. Listen to this. You guys are thinking, man, these watch dealers are really hoping that Pepsi discontinues so they can make a lot of money. No, dodo birds. They're making a lot of money while the watch is still active. Not while it gets discontinued. When it gets discontinued, the fever is over. Listen to me, ladies and gentlemen. You saw what happened to the Rolex John Mayer. Dead. The Rolex Daytona yellow gold with a green dial. John Mayer. That watch went all the way up. You want to hear something disgusting? That watch is a price of $38,700. $38,700. And that watch went all the way up. No matter if it's ugly or not. I'm just telling you where it went. With the rabbits, with the skip hopping around rabbits through life, giving away your children's tuition money. That watch, ladies and gentlemen, this is no BS. That watch went all the way up to $165,000. I'm giving you a real number, not a sketch, a real number. $165,000. $165,000. Ladies and gentlemen, you might still see them around there. One of these sketches for 67, 68, one over there trying to be strong and say 71. You'll be lucky. They'd be lucky if they get for those watches today. Those watches are hitting away already. They don't even want to showcase them no more. They don't want to show. They don't want to show these watches no more. They don't want. You'll be lucky if they get 55, 53, 54,000 dollars for that watch. You know, and that's after the watch got discontinued. You imagine the person that paid $165,000 for a Rolex Daytona John Mayer Green Dial? Huh? He paid $165, and that watch today is not even close to $60,000. You'll be grossed out. You'll be grossed out. So this is what's going to happen if the Rolex GMT, exactly, it's sick. It is sickening. It is. And by me voicing this to you guys is, you know, it's like, man, this guy is really teaching these people things that they're not supposed to know. You know, and you might say, how do you know? Don't worry about how I know. I know it. I know it because of Sweet Kid Kino. He shows me everything. Gracias, Sweet. It's a Kino increíble. He doesn't talk much, but he is the brains of this channel. He has shown me everything I know. I can be a dealer whenever I want. I can be a dealer whenever I want. Who knows? Maybe I become a dealer, you know? Who knows? Because, you know, maybe it pays off more to be a dealer than being, you know, dropping knowledge to you guys, you know? Maybe it's better, you know? I'm just saying, I don't know. I'm just saying that, you know? But I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, you gotta be careful now in these next, you know, February is a very short month, I believe it's until the 28th. And then you have March, and then you enter April, and that's it. And they're gonna bombard you. They're gonna bombard you with the Rolex GMT stainless steel Jubilee bracelet Pepsi, okay? If you're looking at that watch right now, I have to be very, very truthful to you guys and honest to you guys. I can't BS you guys and tell you a price that don't pay, you know, $10,800 for a Rolex GMT Pepsi with a Jubilee bracelet when it's a lie, you know? It's a lie. When I give you a number, I'm gonna give you a real number. I have to give you the real number because you guys are gonna go out there and defend yourself with this number. And I'm gonna tell you, ladies and gentlemen, you know, the watch, we're gonna be talking about used, slider condition material watches. Used, don't get it confused. Used, all right? You know, 2019, you know, 18, 20, used. You know, and it pretty much brings a full kit. You want it with a full kit. And I'm gonna tell you, don't pay for that Rolex GMT Pepsi stainless steel 40 millimeter with a Jubilee bracelet. With a Jubilee bracelet, don't pay more than a firm. Don't pay more than $18,000, right? Don't pay more than that, ladies and gentlemen. I know what I'm telling you. Do not pay more than that. If you pay more than that, you are a graduate student of becoming a window licker, all right? And I'm telling you, it hurts me. It hurts me to tell you $18,000. It hurts me. But if you have that fever and it causes you that you have to buy that watch because these flim-flammers, you know, these hoodwinks, these hucksters, you know, are pushing this watch on you and you know, and you have a lot of money, because I believe that a lot of you that are in this channel are loaded, you know, you have a lot of money, and that's beautiful that you have a lot of money. But, you know, if you have that urge, don't pay more than $18,000. So when the watch discontinues, you won't lose that much. You know, you won't lose that much. You know, it'll go back down to the $15,000, and the magic number that Mr. Wicked told you, $16,000. You know, so you'll be safe with the number of $16,000. All right. So you know, you do whatever you want. You do whatever you want, but these are the instructions that Sweet Kid Kino gave me. You know, Sweet Kid Kino is unbelievable. That's the number he gave me. Es así, ¿verdad? Correcto. Today, Kino is very, very, very serious. He has some things that he has to attend tonight, and he's very, very serious. Not in a bad way. He's not mad. He's just un hombre serio y un hombre integrado, you know, un hombre integrado. If you don't understand what I'm saying, excuse me, but just Google it, you know, excuse me. And so the magic number is that number so you don't get burned that bad. But don't forget, keep in mind, they don't want this watch to get discontinued. Not one single watch dealer that you know doesn't want this watch to get discontinued. That is a lie. He's never going to admit it to you, but I will. You remember the Magic Man from the 90s that he would do the magic tricks? You know, he had like a black mask and he would, you know, let people know how the trick was done. Well, I'm like the black mask, but without the mask. I'm showing you my face. You understand me? That takes a lot of guts, right? Hay que ser guapo de verdad. Hay que tener pelota de verdad. Hay que ser como el reloj ese, the blue balls. You know? You gotta be like the blue balls. You understand me? Gotta be like the blue balls. You know what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm trying to say. And you don't want to be called when you buy that watch. When you buy that watch for $18,000, the used slider condition watch, you don't want to be called by these hucksters and hoodwinks a Michiganer. You don't want to be called a Michiganer. You know what the word Michiganer is. And if you don't understand what the word Michiganer is, you ask Mr. Damon. Damon will tell you what Michiganer is. You ask Mr. Ed. He'll tell you what Michiganer is. And you ask Mr. Wicked, you know. Before I would say, ask, you know, Zuzu. But it was, you know, to get him going, you know. Zuzu, I'm on to you. So don't pay more than $18,000 or you will become a Michiganer. And we also have now Mr. Donor. He's a good man. Mr. Donor's a good man too. Mr. Donor. Also, if you're looking at the Rolex GMT Master 2 40 millimeter Pepsi, you know, but with the oyster bracelet, I'm going to tell you, and I want to find out what you guys believe that you should pay. This is not a Jubilee. This is the oyster bracelet Pepsi. Same reference, but one is Jubilee, which is the champion, and the other one is oyster, which is a dog, you know? How much am I going to tell you not to pay for the oyster bracelet Pepsi? How much? Let's see what they know. Nobody knows? Let's see who knows. Anybody know how much I'm going to say? That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Thank you, Wicked. Thank you very much, Wicked. Thank you so much. I'm going to tell you how much is that. Somebody said 15. That's pretty good too. Mr. Donut's getting close. How's that? One more and I will leave it alone. And there it is. There it is. You see that? Damon told you what it means. The winner of the pricing, you're not going to believe this, and I'm not sketching you. I'm going to say the price. $16,500. Wicked set $16,000. Don't pay more. Don't pay more. Pretty close to. But don't pay more than $16,500 so you won't get burned that much. Because that one is going to drop even more if it gets discontinued. Do I believe that Rolex stainless steel Pepsi Jubilee bracelet is going to get discontinued? Well, last year, Kino said that he said yes, that it will get discontinued, and I said no. And this year, I'm going to say, ¿cuál tú vas a coger? Kino says, I always let him pick. Kino says that the watch is going to get discontinued. Kino says that the Rolex GMT Pepsi with a Jubilee bracelet will get discontinued. And I say what I said last year, it's not going to get discontinued. You know, even though that everybody is banking, you know, fake banking, that they're going to make room for the Coke. You know where they're going to make big money at for real? You know where they're going to make real big nasty money? They're going to make money if that Coke comes out. You know, the Muppet Boiler Room secondary grade watch market dealers, they're going to make a shitload of money on you guys. That's where they're really going to be, you know, they're going to be hopping around like a rabbit through life if that watch comes out for real. The Coke, you know, the Coke. But let's see what happens. Also, there's another watch that I believe strongly that I believe it might get discontinued. And I've talked to a few people regarding this watch. I have always liked this watch. As a matter of fact, I have this watch, but I have it in the full metal. you know, in the full precious metal. I have it in the rose gold metal. This is the Rolex GMT Master 2 root beer, two-tone. I have it in full rose gold, but the one that I believe is going to get discontinued is the Rolex two-tone root beer. I believe you too. Okay, I believe it's going to get discontinued. I believe it's going to get discontinued because I believe that Rolex will be. I believe strongly that Rolex is going to be dropping the Rolex GMT. Is it the GMT? Yeah, GMT Jubilee bracelet two-tone rose gold root beer. I believe that. You know, it's going to come with a Jubilee bracelet. That's what I believe. So, you know, that's another watch to keep your eye on because, you know, that watch is kind of soft. You know, it's está palito. You know, palito means it's even money right now. You know what these websites have it there for, you know, the watch is 17.5 and one has it for 17.8, the other one has it for 17.2. I say don't pay more than 15.9. How's that? Don't pay more than $15,900. But is the watch that watch might get discontinued and you might make a couple of coins on that watch quickly. You know, you take it and let it go. Take it and let it go. That's what I believe. Okay, so you know, be careful with that watch. All right, we're talking about the Rolex GMT root beer two-tone stainless steel with rose gold. Okay, we got that out of the way. Happy for you guys. The other one too that you know they talk about it. I don't think so. Me, I don't think it's gonna get discontinued. I'm gonna be talking about the Heineken, the Monster drink, and you dodo birds out there call it the Sprite. You know, the left hand watch. I don't think it's gonna get discontinued, but you know, who knows? I'm gonna tell you two prices on that watch that you should, you know, you should pay, you should work with. You know, you should work with. You have a Jubilee bracelet on that Sprite that you call a Sprite, and you have an Oyster bracelet on that Sprite. On the Jubilee bracelet, don't pay, and I mean don't pay. Whatever you do, it's your problem. It's your money you do, and you spend it as you please. You spend it as you please. But I'm gonna tell you, don't pay for that Sprite. Anybody has an idea what I'm gonna say about the Sprite? Anybody? Any numbers? On the Jubilee, not on the Oyster. 17.5, Mr. Ed Blair. 14 on Wicked. Okay, one more. No. Wow, you remember that, right? It was at one moment at 45. I feel bad saying that. You know, I didn't want to say 45. And Doc has it at 16 and 13. I'm going to tell you, don't pay. Don't pay for the Jubilee bracelet Sprite, as you guys call it. Don't pay more than, we're talking about use slighted condition material. Use. Don't pay more and not a penny more. You do whatever you want. It's your money. But don't pay more than $15,000. And I'm talking about full set. Don't pay more than $15,000. If you pay more than that, you become a lollipop sucker. All right? Automatically, you start walking around like a lollipop sucker. You know, you're walking through the kitchen and your wife sees you. She's, oh my God, a lollipop sucker, you know? So you don't want to be, don't pay more than that. You do whatever you want, but don't do that, right? Also, you have it on the Oyster bracelet. What do you believe I'm going to say that you should not pay for that Oyster bracelet Sprite? How much? Let's see. Anybody? No, I don't think so. Nobody wants to. Nobody wants to talk about the 14. That's good. 14. Wow. Okay, 14. Wow. Those guys are there. Wicked, they're there. Anyway, I'm going to tell you not to pay for a full set left hand Sprite Oyster bracelet. Use slighted condition material. Wow, man. Who said that? Doc. Wicked. Don't pay for that watch more than $13,600 and dropping. All right, guys? There it is. And that's your information of how the Rolex Pepsi GMT with a Jubilee bracelet gets hyped up, how the prices get there, and to get you taken, to get into your pocket, and to get into your children's tuition money, into your 401k, into whatever it is, whatever you have, you know. So remember, is the opposite. The Muppet Boiler Room secondary grade watch market dealers don't want watches to get discontinued so the dance party can continue. You understand me? You know, the dance party. Bop, bop, boom, 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 bop, 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 boom, boom, boom. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you learned something today about how watches get hyped up. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and like our video. And ladies and gentlemen, we have a watch group that is blowing up. Every day we're getting requests to join our private watch group in this platform that Sweet Kid Kino has invented, you know. Is under my name, Juan Felipe Nieves, is on Facebook. It's under About, Opusntime Watches, Requested, and maybe Kino or Samantha will let you in, you know. They're the ones that play with that stuff, you know. If they don't like the way you look, te dan fuera, okay? And hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. I know that I am. I'm going to go see some artwork of my wife tonight. So we're going to have a good time. Thank you very much for all your support. And we really mean that. Thank you very much for your support. It's always fun talking to you guys. And like I told you guys always, you know, I blow steam here. And so does Sweet Kikino. I blow steam. I blow steam the whole day, you know, doing the shows for you guys. All right? Anyway, guys, like me and Sweet Kikino say every week, take care and brush your hair.